What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at prime moment Crespo, the 4-star Argentinian striker, 6 foot, right footed. Obviously he has had a bit of a career at teams, to be honest. Obviously into the later of his career, just hopping clubs really. Just wanted to test a bit of everything by the looks of it. But obviously his main games, you knew him from Parma, Lazio I suppose, even Chelsea to some extent was there. I feel like he kind of really just joined a lot of teams. Like, it's not even in the latter stages that he necessarily did like 2 games, 3 games. He did like a good 40 to 50 games for a lot of teams. Obviously ending his career back at Parma, he did start at River Plate and played 64 games for Argentina. He has got a finesse shot trait and power header. Like being 6 foot, I can imagine he has got a bit of a bullet header on him. If we get the chance to see that, then that will be fantastic. I've been interested because a lot of these players, a lot of these prime moments have now dropped in price dramatically. Like, he's coming in at 245k on the market, 600 on the PC and 246 on the PlayStation, compared to millions upon millions. I remember buying Loudrop when they first dropped for 1.2 million, and he was the cheapest prime moment you could get. So now you've obviously got the pick and choice of a lot of prime moments. I feel like you could get a full 11 for probably just under about 2 mil, potentially maybe a little bit more than 2 mil, depending on obviously who you go for. But there's going to be icons even cheaper than this in terms of prime moments as well. So I just wanted to see what this guy's all about. He's got fantastic shooting, his pace is decent, his dribbling is fantastic. Obviously being 6 foot, I'm not expecting him to be Neymar sort of dribbling level, but I'm expecting him to definitely do something in this match. So let's jump into Crespo and see what he can do for us. It's going to be very interesting with this Maldini, just with the fact that he does have prime moment Ronaldinho. So it's going to be a huge test to see what he can do. Into Crespo's feet. There it is. Oh, we wanted to fake that. Can we go again? Jimenez is going to stop it this time. Really thought we may have been able to do something there. Little 1-2 with Crespo. No. Lovely. Manages to stop it. Kind of don't really want him on the wing. That's the problem with Crespo. He's not necessarily versatile in terms of you don't really want him anywhere other than in this striking role. It's a good shot. Not quite going to beat Oblak with stuff like that yet. Get the header. Towers over Jimenez there, but does not manage to reach the power. Crespo, get the chest. Nah, he's not going to get it. That's going to be the position where I kind of want him, because he's going to have the strength to hold the ball up. Just needs to get the right touch straight off the bat. I'm just feeling like he's just not necessarily getting that involved in terms of the attack. He's just very static in terms of striker. I feel like you definitely need to have potentially two strikers to really kind of get the best out of him. At the moment, he's literally just turning and trying to play a ball into Garrincha, not really actually striking as such, or at least any confident striking. I know this guy is doing very well to kind of hold him down as well. Himself as have Varane, and I think Militao, I want to say it was his second centre-back, but obviously he's doing well to kind of quell that danger, as I just don't think he adds that sort of spice to the attack. So far been very underwhelmed with Crespo. Really not kind of impressed me in the slightest, and you kind of get a gist for where players' costs come from. Little dink in. He can't even do that right, honestly. Crespo for me, really not been a fan, and it's a shame because he looks like he has got some stats that could produce something. Doesn't even get there first. Honestly, I'm really struggling to find anything with him. Any ball that we make, he's either second to the ball, he's not necessarily getting the right touch on it, and he's just not being able to get in front of goal to allow him maybe even just that shot that he knows he does have. Even a bit of strength, just not got it. Oh, there it is though. Garrincha to Hazard, showing you what you need to do. And this is it with someone like Crespo. Even if it was the fact that I'd just run down the wing, Hazard, Garrincha, knock it into Crespo, he scores. He's still not even in the box then. It literally was a winger going into the box and another winger going into the box. The striker's sitting on the edge. We've got him on running, making the run into the box. I think it is the custom tactic. Still nothing from him. Oh, Crespo's going to find a bit of... we tried the double fake shot. I really know I shouldn't have tried that second one. It was going to be far too slow. Crespo finds Garrincha slightly. That's a little bit better, a little bit more involved, trying to make the moves. That's what we want to see from him. Oh, he's tipped it into Crespo. There is no way he misses that. So going into the overall for Crespo then, I personally wasn't impressed in the slightest with him. I thought the stats looked nice, like, yes, 6 foot, not necessarily the greatest height with obviously the acceleration and just kind of naturally how he is. I already know he isn't necessarily the quickest of strikers, even with a massive pace increase, but I thought, you know what, we'll give him a go. I feel like 245k still, it's still a lot. Like, you look at his mid and his prime and all that, they are below 150. But he just didn't work for me. I feel like he definitely needs a second partner up front. That would really help. But I think the main thing for me is his just, even though his position is 97, he was nowhere. In the box, he's not there. We have the custom tactic to get in the box, because I do know a card like this needs to be more on it. Obviously, he's got the medium attacking work rate, so we need it high. We need it in the box. We need him going and getting them goals. Unfortunately, didn't do that. We got 1 goal with him, which was pretty much a tap-in anyway. I think Hazard did pretty much all the work, and that was it. So for me, not good enough. I feel like his shooting ability is good. Like, you definitely can get some nice shots off him, but I think the animations, maybe just the pace and just naturally how he is in game, doesn't feel right, especially after coming off the back of using Pele and Puskás. It is going to feel like a downgrade, and I am trying to not make that sway my opinion, just because obviously you've got to give him a fair shot. And I think definitely he has got traits of goodness in him, but I think for me, in this point of the game, there's far too many players that are way better for the same sort of price, and even cheaper, to be honest. You literally can go get an Mbappe for, I don't even, probably half this price, and I think he will offer so much more for you. Even just the gold's coming in under 100k. This card is fantastic from the start day all the way to the end if you really wanted. Yes, obviously it's got plenty of other versions you can go for. What are they looking at? But obviously you're looking at some price tags here, but even, like I say, even his 90 is still absolutely class. This guy for me, unfortunately, doesn't really fit it for me. Obviously the chem star you're going to be looking for is an engine. I just don't think anything you do with him is going to be good enough. I feel like that is 245k for a reason, and mainly that is just because of the prime moment status, rather than necessarily being a little bit more expensive. He's pretty much at the bottom of the chain. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. I'm personally going to give him a solid 8.2 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think about him, and if you have used him. I feel like maybe his kind of his base version at the start of the game was actually really nice, but I think at this point in the game, unfortunately, Crespo isn't it for me.